Hello, teacher. My name is Daniela Sánchez, and today I'm going to present my video project of Units 1 and 2 from the English book, Summit 1. So, let's start. In Unit 1 talks about Briggs and Myers types of personalities. So, Briggs and Myers are two women who define 16 different personalities from people. So, they based their knowledge on Carl Jung's theories because Carl Jung was a psychologist. So now we are going to see three types of personality that I liked. So the first one is INTJ, the second ENTJ, and the third one INFP. So we're gonna see each of them. So the first one, as I said, is INTJ, which is known as the architect. So I means introverted and intuitive, T thinking, and J judging. So now we're going to see the characteristics. So the architect is also known as the strategist because these people are well organized and they like to use a lot of strategies. They are very logical and analytical. So these are the most important adjectives that describe this kind of personality. Just only 4% of the whole population has this kind of personality. Now we're going to see the strengths and weaknesses from this kind of people. So according to the strengths, these people focuses more on abstract concepts rather than concrete ideas. They are also good at listening. They are good at listening others and listening others' ideas. They are very hardworking people. They are also considered as workaholics because they like to spend a lot of time being analyzing and doing specific things. And then they are also self-confident. They have a high level of self-esteem. And according to the weaknesses, sometimes they tend to be very perfectionist. They want everything to be in systematic and analytical and logical. They also dislike to talk about emotions. They are more like they rather talk about logic. So they don't mind talking about emotions. They can also be very judging people, judgmental. So they are very direct with people, so they must offend someone because they are very direct. And finally, they are insensitive. So this means that they don't have emotions. They don't consider emotions in their personality. Now we're gonna go with the second one, which is the ENTJ, also known as the commander. And in this case, E means extroverted and intuitive, T thinking, and J judging. So the characteristics. First, it's important to note that only 2% of the whole population has this kind of personality. Also, the two main adjectives that describe this type of personality are outspoken and confident. So they are very sincere with people. According to the strengths, they have a lot of leadership because they love to organize things. They love to be the leaders, to help other people to succeed. Also, they are good at communication skills. They are good communicators because a good leader needs good communication. Also, they are well organized. So these people are very punctual. They like to have a specific schedule to do their activities, and they are highly rational. So everything for them has a logical reason. And according to the weaknesses, these people tend to be impatient because these people are very well organized. So they don't like to waste time doing nothing. So they are very impatient and they like to have the control of people. They also tend to be aggressive because, as I said before, they like to control things. They are intolerant and also they are stubborn. Now we're gonna go with the third type of personality, which is the INFP, also known as the mediator. I, in this case, means introverted and intuitive. F means feeling, and P, perceiving. So the characteristics, I put this quotation mark because this question mark, sorry, because there is an unknown percentage of people who have this kind of personality, so it's unknown. The percentage. The two main adjectives that describe this type of personality are idealistic and creative. The strengths, they are very loyal because they tend to be people person. They are people person. They like to work well alone. They are kind of independent. They like to do things by themselves. They are also caring and interest. This means that they like to have empathy with others. They also, feelings matter for this kind of people. They are also sensitive, as I said before. Their emotions infer a lot in their decisions, but they are very good at making decisions because they start to think about the possible reasons, the possible variables in order to solve a problem. According to the weaknesses, they are overly idealistic, so they kind of egotistical sometimes. They are overlook details. Sometimes they tend to be a little bit perfectionist because they are like to work in a high quality. So they overlook details and then tend to be a little bit insecure about themselves sometimes. Also, they take everything personality. So, for example, if someone says a joke, if someone tells a joke to this kind of person, so this person maybe will not consider it as a joke, maybe as an offense. And finally, they are quite meticulous. They are very curious people. They like to see every single thing. So, after seeing these types of personality, in conclusion, I consider that my personality is definitely the INFP. So I'm going to go back to this slide. So I'm definitely the mediator. I'm a very empathic. I have a lot of empathy with people. I am very loyal friend. I'm very friendly. I like to work well alone. Also, I am a little bit workaholic. And also, my emotions infer a lot in my life. So that's why I consider my personality is INFP. And also, I'm introverted. I don't like to spend too much time with a whole group of people or with a lot of people around me, surrounding me. So I like to spend more time at home, thinking about things, making decisions. So I spend a lot of time at home, and I like to socialize just with small groups of people. So this is all about Unit 1. Now we're gonna go with Unit number 2, which is the benefits of art in people's lives. So there are several benefits and advantages of art. As we know, art has always been in our lives. Since human beings exist, art was always there. So the benefits of art are, first, it helps us to express our feelings and emotions. Yeah, art is a way of communication, a way of express our feelings. If we are sad, angry, or happy, we need to move our body or maybe to express something through a paper in order to transmit our emotions to others. In addition, it helps us to enjoy our life. There are several kinds of art, as music, as acting, so it helps us to enjoy our life. It's fun. Art is fun, and it also helps us to improve our creativity. In addition, art has a social purpose. It also helps people emotionally. This is also known as healing art. There are so many people who like to go to hospitals and make fun and use art to improve people's state of mind. Sometimes there are children at hospitals who have cancer, so in order to give them joy, give them fun, there are some people that use art to help them emotionally. And finally, also art is very evident at our home. Most of the time we use art to decorate our home. For example, our tables, our bedrooms, our walls, doors, everything has a little bit of art, because we use art to express a beautiful external view of our home. So now, as you can see here, the word therapy. This word is most commonly used for psychologist or for a psychologist concept. But in this case, art also is related to therapy. There is art therapy. So art therapy is an expressive therapy which uses creative activities. So these creative activities are also dynamic activities. And in these activities, we can use like artistical materials such as paints, chalks, and markers, and so on. Art therapy helps us to improve our physical, emotional, and mental well-being. As you can see here, art therapy helps us to lower stress issues. Sometimes there are people who suffer anxiety, stress from school, from work, and so on. So it physically helps us to avoid also headaches. It helps us emotionally because it helps us to improve more self-esteem, to love ourselves, and also it helps us to have a better behavior, to have a mental well-being. Art therapy is I think it's for everybody. So art therapy is useful for children who have suffered tragic moments, who have suffered some traumas. There are some children who lose their parents, or there are children who were sexually abused, or who have seen a crime. So they are very traumatized, and our therapy is very useful for them. Also for adults who have faced challenging events, they have problems at their jobs. And also it's very useful for the elder people, because in most of the cases, elder people are abandoned and they feel lonely. So our therapy helps them not to be lonely. So they help them a lot. Also, there's music therapy. So in this case, music therapy is a way of art therapy, but in this case, music is the main element. But in this case, music is used as a therapeutic purpose, as a therapeutic element. So, as you can see, music therapy helps people to reduce Alzheimer, to control Alzheimer, autism, and also this is more for adolescent behavior, because teenagers are more connected, more engaged with music. So this is very helpful for these kind of people. So in conclusion, art therapy and music therapy are for everybody. So there is no age limitation. Everybody can do art, because everybody has a different point of view, different perspective. Everybody has a different emotion, has different emotions. So to conclude, can you be an art therapist? This is a common question, but here we need to have sensibility, empathy, emotional stability, patience, and so other skills that will help us to be therapists and help other people. So in conclusion, I say that people who have the types of personality I, F, S, and P can be good art therapists. Thank you so much.